Before you start, make sure you have the right personal protective equipment. Safety footwear and high-vis jacket are mandatory whenever working on vehicles in a yard, together with gloves and eye protection when disconnecting hydraulic hoses. You'll be working beneath the lower deck, so you'll need a bump cap as well. Remember that a high-vis steering wheel cover must always be fitted to any vehicle being worked on. Make sure no one enters the gap between the truck and the trailer unless the driver is aware and the park brake is applied. Park the transporter on firm, level ground and make sure the truck and trailer are in a straight line. Don't attempt to couple or uncouple a loaded trailer. If you're unsure, check with your supervisor. Apply the park brake on the truck and make sure the PTO is turned off. Apply the trailer park brake by pulling out the red park brake button on the side of the trailer chassis. Double check that the shunt button is also pulled out. For additional safety, chock the trailer wheels as well. Before you start to uncouple the drawbar trailer, it's important to make sure there's no pressure in the hydraulic system. Depressurize it by operating all the deck control levers in turn. With the PTO turned off, this will release all the pressure. Disconnect all the Susies and hydraulic pipes. Wear a bump cap, gloves and eye protection when disconnecting the hoses, and cover the ends of the hydraulic connectors with clean plastic bags sealed with cable ties to prevent dirt ingress. Stow the pipes with the couplings off the ground to avoid contamination. Fit a link pipe to the two hydraulic connectors on the truck. Until this is done, the PTO must not be engaged. Remove the two coupling bracket bolts using a 36mm spanner and socket. They are very tight, so you might need someone to help. Don't alter the centre bolt, this is for adjustment only. Slide the bracket out from the coupling and replace the two sets of nuts, washers and bolts in the bracket for safekeeping. Then stow the bracket on the truck. Raise the truck rear suspension enough to fit suitable support stands under the front of the trailer. Position the stands to take the weight evenly on both sides, then lower the suspension slowly until the stands are taking the weight of the trailer. Check that the trailer is supported and stable. Slowly lower the rigid rear suspension until the ball is completely clear of the trailer socket. Carefully and slowly drive the truck away from the trailer. Use a banksman to check the ball remains clear of the socket as you drive forward, and then return the truck to the normal ride height before driving any further. Before recoupling the trailer, the coupling ball must be thoroughly cleaned and lightly lubricated with multi-purpose EP2 grease. Slowly reverse the truck towards the trailer, keeping the side of the superstructure in line with the side of the trailer. Always use a banksman to guide you and stop when the ball and socket are about 300mm or 1 foot apart. Apply the truck parking brake. Now don't be tempted to couple to the trailer without using a banksman. Damage can result from incorrect positioning. Make sure the trailer park brake is applied by checking that the red trailer park brake and shunt buttons are both pulled out. Adjust the height of the truck suspension so the ball is below the trailer coupling socket and slowly reverse until the ball is directly below the coupling. Once again, always use a banksman to guide you. Raise the truck rear suspension until the coupling socket is completely over the ball and the trailer is clear of the stands. Check that the PTO is off and confirm there's no hydraulic pressure by operating the deck control levers on both the truck and the trailer. Then remove the hydraulic link pipe wearing both eye protection and gloves. Slide the main locking bracket onto the top of the coupling and replace the nuts and bolts using a 36mm spanner and socket. Tighten the bolts to 300 Newton meters using a torque wrench, and you may need an assistant to help with that final tightening. Check the connectors are clean on the air and electrical Susies. Remove the protective bags covering the hydraulic hoses and connect them all up. Once the trailer is coupled and secured, apply grease to the towing ball via the lubrication nipple using multi-purpose EP2 grease. Remove the stands from under the trailer. Remove the wheel chocks. Release the trailer park brake by pushing in the red button, and check the operation of the trailer brakes and lamps. Finally, lower the suspension to the normal ride height before driving away. Some ball and socket hitches have a slightly different locking mechanism which looks like this. To release the coupling, once all the Susies and hydraulic hoses have been disconnected, remove the two locking nuts and bolts using a 13mm spanner. Turn and pull outwards the two locking levers, then swivel back the main locking arm. Lower the truck suspension to disengage the coupling. To secure the coupling, swivel the main locking arm onto the top of the coupling until the two levers have sprung back into their locked position. Then replace the two 13mm locking nuts and bolts. Please note, this is the procedure for when the trailer has a ball and socket hitch. Many rigid and trailer combinations have a different pin and eye type of hitch fitted. This is covered by another video. If you're unfamiliar with the coupling, always seek advice from your workshop supervisor.